Welcome back to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. I'm Steven,
I'm Jordan.
and tonight, whenever the heck you're watching this, we are drinking some gosh darn 1792 Barton distillate. I'm actually pretty excited for this one because 1792 is one of my favorite distilleries.
Oh yeah, solid pick.
I mean, they're big, so it's hard not to love them. So to start it out with, just like we started last week, after I verify, okay, God, we look good. We look great.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. The greatest. So to start it off with, last time we spoke was last Thursday. Anything new you purchased, anything new you tried, anything you've been getting into that's like worth note in the whiskey, or we'll just call it the spirits category, because I'm sure there's going to be weeks where we get really heavy into tequila, because especially during the summer, man, there's weeks where it's like, man, I just drink a lot of margaritas.
No, I've taken it pretty slow this last week. I think I told you I've only I haven't drank for like 4 or 5 days. So yeah, like no nightcaps or anything like that. So yeah, today I'm really looking forward to getting into some whiskeys. But yeah, we were talking about maybe some good bottles that maybe could be leveraged for some videos that I had sitting on my shelf. And so yeah, like as I was kind of filtering through what was up on my shelves, I kind of started thinking about my entire inventory, and I found a couple that I was like, wow, I have not had this one in a while. So I think it might be time to go home. Maybe this weekend I'll dust some of the bottles off and enjoy a drink or two out of some that haven't had any love for a while.
Maybe that's what we should do next week. If you're able to live stream, maybe we'll do a live stream of like I pick 3 or 4 pours, and then you pick 3 or 4 pours, and it's like pours that we haven't touched in a while, but are really freaking great. Yeah. It's a good future video idea. I got quite a few good ones that I can think of just off the top of my head. I had the opposite week. I mean, not so much for like new whiskey per se, but I have not been, we'll put it, as sober as I typically am. Like, I'm not raging alcoholic, because that sounds a little like
not
unhealthy
raging
and stuff. Yeah, it's like, but
I'm just kidding.
I think since Sunday, because I took a few days off last week, and then Sunday I had like one drink. That's when I got so recently I got the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye. I'll be getting a review out there tomorrow for that, actually. And I went hiking in the snow. Turns out Sunday, it snowed up north the entire time. I drove up there to go take photos. And I knew it was raining down here, but for some reason I didn't think of, as I get higher in elevation, it's going to start snowing.
Well, it's because you live in Arizona.
Yeah,
so
yeah. I don't know why that thought process never crossed my mind. But I found myself, I did bring my snow jacket, and I have a really big water bottle, so I was totally fine. And I got emergency stuff. Like, I wasn't like worried for my safety at any point, but like it got a little uncomfortable with how snowing it was. And I was like, man, I'm an Arizonan. I don't know how to handle this. But I ended up going hiking in the snow, brought that, cracked that open at like the top of a mountain. It was perfect experience. But that's about the only new bottle I've really, really gotten into. Outside of that, I've been drinking a lot of rye. Like, I'm in rye mode for some reason. I've been for New Year's, I bought 2 of those Old Forester ryes, just because they're kind of difficult to find here. Not difficult to find, but like they pop up on the shelves, they disappear, and then they're gone for like 4, 5, 6 months, and then they show back up. So I bought 2 when I saw some on the shelves. And I've just been kind of drinking that Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye I've had a Sagamore pick, Adventurous Stills, not just recently, but they've recently came out with their rye again. So when I was at the distillery for a meeting, I drank that, as well as some of that bitchin' rum, because, cash strength 2-year-old rum is pretty freaking incredible. But Yeah, that's basically what I've been drinking. A lot of rye and a little bit of rum. A lot of rye and a little bit of rum. Listen to too much country music. Sugar Kitty in the house. Cheers. I got Peter White in the house. How are you doing, man? Got Eric Gunderson.
Sounds like a fun last name. Yeah.
I like that, Gunderson. Mullet is gone. I know. Yeah, it's kind of a shame.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I didn't even notice it, though. Until nice to see you, Jeremy. High and tight. Nah.
No. This is the low reg.
Yeah. That's a...
Yeah, we got... It's a low reg fade.
It's a medium fade.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shout out to my barber if he's watching tonight, because I was getting my haircut, and I was like, dude, telling him about some stuff that's been going on recently, and so we started talking about this channel, and so he subscribed. So shout out to Jacob if he's watching.
Yeah, we can use as many subscribers as possible right now. We are not growing, but I'm also not creating content like I used to. But
I mean, do we really need to grow if we got Peter and Sugar Kitty
no,
here?
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Yeah.
Like, we got Sugar Kitty.
I'm an ambitious person, so I like to grow. But we're getting back into the swing of things, and I'll start. Like, this is the last week and a half is the first week and a half that I've like produced content at the times I typically like to do. And moving forward, things are just gonna, now that I'm producing content, I want to make that content better, more exciting.
Yeah.
We're doing live streams constantly. Like, we're getting back. Hanging AZ in the house. Cheers, Hanging. How are you freaking doing? It's been a while, man. It's been a while.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, have you seen Hanging before? Or is that a new username for you?
Yeah. No, I've seen one here. Yeah.
All right. I think that's about it. Wait, how do you want to run this thing?
Yeah, so I got it all in the deck.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been doing homework, man.
Okay. So basically, where are we? There we go. Those of you who are familiar with Total Wine, which is probably our favorite liquor store. I mean, not like favorite mom and pop one, or not favorite for like getting like really cool things per se, but like the most consistently good prices of availability stuff outside of Balcones Lineage recently. Total Wine. Total Wine does have this epidemic or this problem of so many white labels. There are so many like labeled brands where it's just like sourced juice, and Walcott is one of their like in-house brands that is $17.92.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to compare them with their $17.92 counterparts, because they're about the same prices, right? I mean, you're the one who bought the Walcott ones. I just own the $17.92 ones.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, so if we go look at the the Walcott, just the straight bourbon, right?
They look like this, by the way.
Yep. Yeah. So that this one here is running $30, and then if we go look at the 1792 small batch, that one is running at 29. So I mean, it's even $1, like their sourced whiskey's even $1 more expensive. So
I just had like a Vietnam flashback.
Bro, that's not small batch.
No, I know. Oh. I know what I'm doing. Don't worry.
Okay.
The only time I've ever broken a cork, like all the way broken a cork, was on a shitty 1792 small batch pick. Or I don't know if it was a pick, but it was a hot minute ago. I broke one of the corks off in there, and I just pulled that off, and I was like, I swear to God, I had like a momentary like panic attack where I was like, I just broke this freaking cork.
We would have figured it out. It would have been all right.
Yeah, we would have been fine, but I mean, I wouldn't have really cared much.
Is this a single barrel?
Yeah. I just thought
I've never had this.
We should clean our palates from that rye we were just tasting before the stream, before we get into it. But yeah, so I think it's fair to say, or fair to assume, that these are Total Wine. This is a Total Wine brand or label, or exclusively Total Wine sold label. I don't know if it's necessarily their label that created it. That being said, it's basically source
It is.
1792. Okay,
It
so
is,
they
yeah.
did create it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in your notes.
Yeah.
That's why you read and I don't. But essentially, same exact cost relatively. I mean, there's a margin of error. You know, like the small batch is 29, this straight bourbon's 30, but they're basically the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, with taxes involved, does it really matter? No, not really. So we're going to determine kind of on a... Ooh. Oh, wait, no, there's no good way to do that. Sorry, I was like, we could use the wheel, but we would need 6. And there's no way to like do exactly 6. Whatever. That's a loss. Yeah, basically we're here to find out, should you just buy 1792 or does Walcott have an existence other than Total Wine propagating their own brand? Stay tuned. I don't know. Is that your swing? Because that's kind of my swing of it.
I mean, you know, I told you about the Rickhouse Reserve. So that's another one that we're going to be going through tonight. So that one, it's 120 proof, and then the full proof is 125.
You want to know how much I spent on this single barrel?
I do, and I'm really happy I haven't opened mine yet because it's just sitting there full and beautiful.
$25. Dude, that's real good for $25.
I don't even know how much I spent on mine because it's been like probably 6 years. So yeah, 6 years that mine's been sitting on the shelf.
Yeah, Sugar Kitty. Just like it's, yeah, they also do the Kirkland brand stuff. That being said, from my experience, the Walcott better than the Kirkland stuff. At least taste wise. The Kirkland stuff's a dumb deal. So it's hard to argue with Costco. Walcott is Total Wine exclusive and contract distilled by Barton. Yeah. And I don't love the fact, I mean, maybe I do, maybe I don't. I'm kind of torn with the fact that they say like bold letters, especially on this Rickhouse one, it says distilled by Barton 1792. Like they're literally just propagating their brand off of another brand that's already existed pretty well.
And when I was not the last time, but the second to last time I was at Total Wine, the gentleman was just like, you know, I found a 1792 bottled and bond, and I found a 1792 full proof there. So I went back like, I guess 2 or 3 weeks in a row.
Oh, that bonded you got was real good.
Yeah.
Did
so
you bring that?
I kept no.
Damn.
I know.
Shame.
Dude, I would have. Yeah, I just wasn't thinking.
I feel like this is enough whiskey.
I hope so. I want my day tomorrow to be pretty good. So this might be enough whiskey.
You don't want to be hungover? Do you?
No.
I'll get you hungover.
So, but yeah, the gentleman there, he was like, "Hey, do you need any help?" And I was like, "No." And then I was like, "Well, you know, do you have any like really good deals that maybe I should look into?" And he was really pushing the Rickhouse. And I told him I already had a bottle, and you know, like I didn't really want to pursue it any further. And he was like, "Oh, okay." So, but I mean, you know, if it is something that's branded by them, they're probably going to be pushing, more deals on it than maybe some other whiskeys. So, you know, if you like it, if it's for you, by all means, go for it. But you know, I was talking with Steven about it, and I was like, I thought it was pretty good in store, but I haven't, because that's like where I initially tried it. And then I was like, I'll go get a bottle of it. And that happened like, I guess mid last year, but I never did a side-by-side comparison. And so when you were, asking me if there was anything I wanted to do for maybe a live stream, that's why I was like, we have these whiskeys readily available. It's nothing I've done, a side-by-side comparison of. So let's go give it a shot.
The only thing I disagree with on your notes here, price point wise. So, because Richie Z argues that the Rickhouse Reserve worth it, and so that got me thinking. I was like, oh well, what's the price point differences? Because I did a drunken side by side at your place once with them. $64 for us foolproof. How much did you pay for your foolproof pick that you got at Total Wine recently?
64.
You went at the wrong Total Wine, Chief.
Well, okay.
I bought this like a month ago.
Yeah.
$49.99.
Damn.
From Total Wine.
So
the one down the street.
So I think if there's differences in whether or not it's a store pick or it's not a store pick.
I don't know.
It's only different by I would say maybe $8.
Okay.
When I looked on the app. But that's a pretty good, yeah.
Maybe they just marked it as just the standard foolproof, because I've never paid over $50 for a foolproof.
Dude, yeah. I mean,
because I have the foolproof, this one, and the foolproof pick, and I both paid $49.99.
That's awesome.
For both of them.
I'm happy for you, and I'm a little sad for myself, but but I honestly it's a good spirit, so I'm not terribly upset. So
here's how we're gonna do this.
We should probably go over the signed rating scales again.
Well, I'm trying to think of a good way. We're gonna start off with a small batch first, so I just lose kind of things. I guess I could just stick around. Go over the rating scale, and then I'm gonna
sure. So typically, how we've been rating these various whiskeys that we try is, one is it's on a 1 to 5 scale. So 1 is never drink again. 2 is you would drink it for free. 3 is you would drink it at home, meaning you would go to, the liquor store, you'd pick up a bottle, you'd pay whatever, price it is. 4 is order at a bar. So, you're willing to go out, spend a little bit extra, pay, a little bit of premium. And then 5 is it is your go-to. You're gonna recommend it to others. You're gonna give your besties a call and say you gotta go pick up this bottle, right? So yeah, 1 to 5. So 1 being the lowest, 5 being exceptional. This is a must buy. Dude, I cannot own stickers like that because they will get stolen.
Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a...
Oh, are we going to do a blind?
Yeah, I want to do a blind.
I like this. This is fun. So,
this is the only way we can realistically do a blind. I mean, I guess
agree.
In theory you could pour it for me, and then I could pour it for you, but I kind of like just doing this.
Are you marking the tops of... I guess, I don't know. You do you. I'm just going to sit here and mind my own business. So, but yeah, while we're waiting on Steven, what are y'all drinking? Should I borrow the little mousy mouse?
No. There you go. Thank
you.
A, B, A, B.
Yes, he has a foolproof pick, but we're not going to be reviewing the pick tonight. We're just going to be reviewing.
Never say never. Okay.
We might be reviewing.
We might be doing a half-ass from the hip.
The pick tonight, but not in the side-by-side comparison against the Walcott.
It's not on the itinerary, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
Nice. I'm excited. Tweet like a tiger. Tweet. Nice. Well, I'm excited. Richie's going to be drinking along with us. So.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I got to keep these together.
Got it. Good for you, Bourbon School. Yep.
Iced tea, dry during the school week. Oh, that's smart. Yeah, I was like, my drinking plan, which so far for 2024 hasn't been great. Have not been following it. But my drinking plan is to basically just drink during the week once for the YouTube channel, and then Friday and Saturday if I want to. I've been sober like 2 out of 7 days a week. So I was like, we're definitely not doing that, but we'll get there. We'll get there. 2024 has been a weird year so far, but we're coming up good.
Well, that sounds like a good.
This is starting to hurt my forearm.
Sounds like a good start over there, Will.
Okay. So left is going to be 1, right is going to be 2, and ours should be synced together.
Got
it. B is going to be the small batch from 1792. Okay. A is going to be the Walcott, whatever.
Yeah, just their
the standard.
Yeah, straight Kentucky bourbon. Yeah.
45% ABV. 14 people in the chat. Cheers, y'all. Nice to freaking see you. How are you doing? How you be doing?
You know, you have one small piece of glitter below your right eye. So I'm not quite sure what you were doing before we started hanging out, but I'm happy for you.
I went to the gym.
Well, I hope you don't get pink eye then.
No,
I don't know where the glitter originated from.
I know exactly where. So there's glitter like perpetually stuck in some of my clothing from this one time I washed some of my ex-wife's clothes, and she had like this glitter freaking Barbie top or wherever the hell. Are you on 1 or 2?
Left.
So okay, 1. Okay.
And I just spilled it. I haven't even tasted it. And I'm sober. This is just my hand-eye coordination.
But either which way, like clothes I haven't worn in like 3 months still have glitter on them. And it's like, I can't get away from some of it. Yeah. It's just kind of stuck. It's going to be here for at least the first half of 2024, probably. Ooh. Hello.
That's fun. It's light.
It's grainy, though. Like it's not like, I feel like we've been drinking way better stuff since you've come over, because I mean we did kind of start off like here, and now we're going single barrel, and then
it's just kind of like that's like friendship with me, you know. It starts off really strong, and then as time goes on, you know, you just kind of take a nose.
Golly, man. Oh yeah.
We're all doing the best we can, right?
Yep. 2024 is gonna be a good year, dude.
All right, I'm gonna try to cover up the bottom of the glass because
that's why I also layer 2 stickers on, so I can't see it from this end if I do this.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
I
was just thinking about showing you.
You know me. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I've caught myself cheating a little bit too many times on some of those things where it's like I'll see it and I can't unsee it. I'm like, son of a bitch, I know what this is. And like sometimes if I'm wrong, I'll want to edit my answers, and then that I just end up scrapping the entire video because of it. Like there's been a few videos where I'm like, this is what I'm doing, and then it's like, no, you're not. It's like that video will never see the light of day because you were being a lying asshole. Oh man, this has that like dusty cherry note. It's like a dirt cherry, or like a cherry that sat in like an attic for far too long.
How many cherries do you have sitting upstairs in your attic?
No, but there's something like grainy and like dirty about it. Not like soil dirty, but like it's kind of like.
These are the same.
I think so.
Can I smell? Here, you can smell mine.
Maybe so. Yours smells better than
mine. I like mine. You're like dogging on this thing. Hang on. I think both of mine smell good. I don't know. Did you get the second hand of whatever? Did you get 2 of the bad ones?
I don't know, man.
I guess we'll know at the end. I'm like,
I do like delicious. Number 2 better though. It has more of a chocolatey note on it.
This one just smells.
This is very sweet vanilla. It's giving me that like funky weeded smell. That's what it is.
But I love wheat.
I know.
Yeah. See.
My internet is in and out. Two Cox Communications truck working on something in the street. Well, hanging. It was nice knowing you. Your internet's about to go out. Have fun with that. Maybe switch to cellular. Cellular.
So you were?
I don't know why that's coming out of my mouth. Why can't I say cellular?
W. Yeah.
I know. My dyslexia is kicking in hard.
Whiskey has a W though, so maybe that's where you're pulling from.
I mean, it doesn't smell bad. It just.
Well, I'm a huge fan of.
Doesn't
whatever
smell
the
great.
first
It's
one is.
nutty. Has this like cherry note, lots of vanilla, lots of cream. Yeah, hanging. It should be a Total Wine.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
I don't go to
It's
Bevmo a
Total Wine.
lot, but I've never seen it there.
I don't even know what Bevmo is.
It's like a shittier version of Total Wine.
Yep. Okay, I will say this: if she could name off those those bourbons, she probably deserves them.
That's fair. Yeah. No, collection entirely intact still. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nutty. It's stale. That's what it is. It's not dusty. It's stale. It's a stale nuttiness with cherries.
Have you had
and
the
lots
second
of vanilla cream? No, I'm still on the first one.
I feel like I'm getting more cherry from the second one. I don't know.
Just a bunch of Dickel picks. Hanging, I know you do really like Dickel though, so maybe that's why you should shop there more.
They have a good 15-year price right now. For Dickel, yeah, it's a $55. I don't know, for 15-year.
Is it the cash strength one or the low proof one?
I don't know. I really don't know, but
okay.
I've been thinking about buying it, and
I mean, if you buy it, I'll try it. I'm not going to spend my own money on that.
If you buy it, I'll try it.
I'll probably be calling you Monday when I go up north again and go whiskey hunting / photography-ing. Got a Bevmo a lot, but on the job was near one, and they were stocking a Stag single barrel. Oh,
they said no. Dude, story of my life.
I mean, I would be happy with just buying one, dude. One would.
Yeah, congrats to you, Richie, if you're able to snag one.
That's about the one thing I miss about working with the distillery or working like full time at the distillery, because I obviously still do work with the distillery, but like I used to have a little bit of like free time during the day where I could go out and like get things if they were like dropping places. Where now, if people at like 10 a.m. are like, hey, oh my God, at this liquor store, they just dropped this. Those are gone within 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't get off until 2:30. I ain't seen that. I ain't seen the light of day on that one. I kind of like this. I was very torn with it when I had this, but the Dickel 13, the Dickel Bib, the 13-year-old one, I kind of liked it, but also hated it at the same time. That's a divisive bottle where I liked it at certain times and I just couldn't stand it at others.
Dude, this is weird.
I'm going glass 2 for sure, by the way.
I have fast hands. I don't know
what.
I just spilled.
No. Idiot. I'm going glass 2. Glass 2 and 1, pretty similar. Honestly, with how much shit I talk about Walcott compared to 1792, I expected them to be divisively different. What I can say is number 2 has everything that glass number 1 has, but it seems more put together. It seems a little bit more authentic. It's more of this like darker, deeper variation of it. It's that same, like there's a little bit of nuttiness. It's sweet. It's cherry, where the first one leans really heavy on that sweetness and like this custardy note. The second one is more of this darker, like graham cracker and cherry thing going on.
I'm only 1.
You're wrong. It's definitely 2.
And like the thing is I would agree with everything you just said. I just like one more. Like you were like, it's very
Two's
light
better.
and
Two's more put
like,
together.
Yeah, two's more like you said like a darker type of like more like I don't know, holistic type of a flavor profile is what
Dense.
you said for two.
Maybe dense is a better way to put it.
And I feel like one is very light and fun.
Yeah,
like
it's a little bit. Yeah, it's more of like a springtime.
It's like 30, 40 thriving. You know what I mean? It's a good one. It's a good one.
First of all, mid-20s. Put some respect on that.
Early 30s.
All right, I'm ready to find out.
I think it's one for me. What's one for you? Oh yeah, so I'm a 1792 guy. You're welcome. Wow, have the turns have tabled.
Dude, this Walcott's better than 1792 small batch.
No. That's your opinion, not mine.
It matches my profile more because we both do agree flavor profile wise. We agreed with the same like different variations.
Yeah.
So that makes sense because you like more of that like weeded, lighter, fruitier, sweeter type stuff. Where I like that more of like dark, dense, like thick, viscous, whatever intensity. That's my profile.
Whatever you gotta tell yourself when you go to bed at night to get through this day. I just hate
that I was wrong. I hate that I was wrong. Honestly, though, what I was saying though, very close.
Yeah, very good.
Very close.
Yeah, very, very good. Like I'm not disappointed at all, especially at this price point. Like neither one of them. Like if someone was like, "Hey, I paid this much for this bottle and it didn't have a label on it," and I tasted it, I'd be like, "Well, this is good." Like I think it was a reasonable buy
for $30.
Yeah,
I ain't complaining. That being said, this is going to be the question I use, and I just cleaned that glass out because I just don't want to make more glasses.
Oh yeah, because you're doing dishes and I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Except for I have a lot of dishes in my house, so I mean, it's not like I'm escaping.
Looks like you're gonna also be doing dishes. Yep. Bad Axe Bob got a good driftless pick at his Bevmo. Oh hell yeah.
Nice.
Everyone in chat, yeah. By the way, Richie, I gave you your wrench, so now you're all wrenched up too. Chestnut Farms is just 1792 bib in a fancy box. Oh, I didn't know that. This blind will prove something I have said for a while. Distilling is the science, but blending is the art. I don't even necessarily know if this is blending though, because again, these were so freaking similar. Similar. Cheers, John.
I don't think it's blending.
Like if somebody told me that these were just different batches, like a blending batch, I'd be like, oh yeah, that tracks. Because we get more variation in like Elijah Craig barrel proofs and like Larceny barrel proof picks and like single barrels and stuff than we do on this. Like this was really freaking close.
Yeah.
The variation was not there compared to some other places. Man, is my water out? Oh, it's just nothing but a giant ice cube in there. Well,
sucks to be you. I just refilled before I came in here.
I did not, because I'm an idiot. But yeah, honestly, I feel like 1792 must be blending this for them then. And they just might be.
Now I want to know.
I would love to see behind the scenes a little bit there. Because they're so close, but also not at the same time. I mean, they're dumb close. I don't know where I was going with not at the same time, but
I can definitely tell a difference.
They're just different enough
to
be like something's different here, but not so different. Because I'll be honest, I smell the difference between your glasses and my glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Why is my phone vibrating so loud? God,
it's me. I'm just trying to do you a favor.
That is annoying. Okay. But no, like, because I've done blinds where it's like a 3-way blind, but it's only 2 different bottles. So like 2 are the same and 1's different before. And I've pulled out differences in the same exact bottles, just different glasses and other things like that. So there's something to be said. It's like every new glass is going to be a new different experience. So, oh my God. Every new bottle, every new thing is going to be a different experience. So like the variation of change from 1 to 1 is very low.
I didn't know that, by the way.
Know what? Barton does all the storehouse brands, Walmart, Trader Joe's, Kroger. Yeah, Barton's huge.
I didn't know that they did all that. That's cool. Also, I love Trader Joe's, like just in general.
Trader Joe's is expensive. They got some real good chocolate bars though.
You know what they got? Really,
What?
they got these. My wife was trying to go get me to eat healthy, and they have these. I know, right? They have these.
She wants
delicious,
you to survive longer.
I told her selfish. But yeah, she gave me these like
Whiskey Wars. Cheers, Sean. How are you doing? We need to connect, man. I haven't been on your channel for a while. Sorry, continue on with the Trader Joe's story.
Sorry. So she got me these like little chocolate vegan like ice cream like balls essentially.
Okay.
And I was like, vegan, these are going to be disgusting. They were some of the best things I've ever had.
Vegan ice cream just implies like it's not dairy, so it's probably like an oat milk or a soy milk.
Dude, it was delicious. I don't know what it was, but all I know is that I keep buying it whenever I go to Trader Joe's. So if you're in the market for delicious ice cream type products, go check those out.
My watch is making this weird like vibrating sound constantly. It's pissing me off. Got Dave Vogel staying in the house. Oh, Dave, I got the package, by the way. Also, did you get your package? I think you should have gotten it. It's either arriving today or tomorrow. Let me know. I sent him a bunch of Del Bach and Adventure Still stuff, as well as a Glen.
Did he get Old Indy?
Yeah, that's one of the bottles.
Who'd you send that to?
Dave. Right?
Dave? Good.
I think I sent it to Dave.
Well, I hope Dave got Dave.
Man.
Dave, I hope you got it. I poured a very full sample of Old Indy, and what I'll say is it is top 5 whiskeys I've had in my entire life. Old Indy. So
yeah, Dave. Yeah, I'm just checking. It arrived tomorrow per UPS. Oh, awesome.
Wait, what do you say? Here, you hold that. You
do you want me to do the clickety click thing?
Yes, please. I was gonna say clickety click. Yes.
What is up, man? It's been a while. Yeah, I mean, I took some time off. We can connect side for details and all that. Chat with you actually, but no rush. Mini collab. Yeah. We'll connect later. I have your number, I think.
My brother and I, we used to play. So have you ever heard of Shopco? Shopco.
No.
It's like this, it's like a really crappy version of Target is how I would describe it.
Okay.
But they had this like off-brand video game, and like one of the catchphrases of like this like off-brand Halo game was, "I've got your number. I've got all your numbers." So whenever someone says I've got your number, I think of this like horrible, like bad graphics, bad like gameplay, everything.
Like Halo 3 or just Halo 1?
Halo 1, maybe.
Oh,
maybe 2.
Bad graphics for Halo 1?
Dude, I loved that game. My brother and I, we played it all the time.
That.
Yes.
Yeah, we're professionally rinsing out these blends. Science.
Hey, Mike, if you remember the name of that game, please post it just so I can have a nice little giggle. Because, dude, that game.
Did you know how expensive it is to create a video game?
Dude, it was such a bad game, but it was so much fun. The catchphrases in that game were like literally made it just amazing. Like zero complaints.
Dude, what I would have loved to like have grown up.
I gotta check that out.
5 years earlier, so I could have gone through like the early 2000s, like as like more of an adult or whatever. Like if I graduated high school 2010s, that would have been dope because I would have spent my high school years in the late 2000s, which is still my favorite music time period.
Really?
Dude, yeah.
Well, that I graduated in 2009, so
Yeah. And you got all the dumb video games that I just never understood.
No,
because my first
we can't all be
video
winners,
game,
Steven.
Modern Warfare 2. I love Modern Warfare 2.
No,
You're wrong.
the Halo LAN parties, that's where it was at.
I never did any LAN party because by the time like we started doing LAN parties, this is this thing called co-op, or you know, like the internet.
I think your subscribers are going to go down here in about 5
probably,
minutes.
yeah. I'm 90% sure I'm younger than a majority of the subscribers, so that tracks. I would like to shop local, but my local liquor store, wait, can you highlight Hangins thing on the bottom?
Oh,
I can't read it for some reason.
my man.
Local liquor mafia are a bunch of sons of... Hangin, talk offline. I'm curious of what you're referring to specifically. I want names and details.
Yes, names and
because
details.
Those names and details actually are probably people me or Jordan know.
Probably him.
We're in the same. He lives in Mesa. I've
Who
never
does?
met Hangin AZ.
Hangin lives in Mesa?
Yeah.
Hangin.
I've never met him.
What are you doing tonight?
Never met him because he refuses to hang out, but he.
But he's always hanging. He doesn't want to hang
He's
out.
always hanging, but he doesn't want to hang out, bro.
Ugh.
All right.
It's our dad joke. My bad. All right. Left and right.
Left one, right two. But yeah, I have no idea.
All right, dude. I'm sorry. I know you're
is
great
this
at
a struggle
conversation.
for you?
You know. Yes, it is. When I come here, I just don't want to do anything. I'm always on the move. I'm always running full speed. And when I'm here, I'm like, I don't want to do anything.
This is when I turn into my other personality. This is my extroverted side of my personality because I'm really an introvert. But this is like me being like, "Hey guys."
Well, see, I'm an extrovert, but I don't have that fun voice.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no, that's an introvert pretending to be an extrovert. That's what that is. It's called denial, buddy.
I'm just an extrovert. All the time, though. I feel like I sound like I don't. Okay, I got kids, right? So, I know, right, dude? Yeah. But Inside Out. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
Inside Out. That's the one with the little memory circles, right?
Yeah.
That movie,
dude, it's dope.
Emotional. I think I've cried the most as an adult watching that.
I think it's your generation
without kids. I don't even have kids. Thank God.
I know.
I live in South Phoenix. Okay. Why did I always think you lived in Mesa? Love the ink. Thank you, Richie. Sorry, carry on.
Was Richie talking about me?
No, he said Steven loved the ink. He didn't say.
Well, that's probably because you can't see me.
Your super lame marine tattoo.
Okay. Oh.
We know you eat crayons, okay?
Only the blue. I've learned my lesson.
Really, not the yellow?
Green doesn't sit well with me, you know what I mean?
I feel like it's the yellow crayon. Yellow and the red crayon.
Well, you can never trust anything yellow.
Yeah. Fair. There's an old saying about yellow, and I forget what it is. It might be racist, so maybe we shouldn't be thinking about that.
You know, when you say we shouldn't be thinking that, I'm not thinking that.
Oh, man. I've heard some pretty wild things,
dude. It's the military. That's all it is. Yeah. All I know is that we our like saying was we're all different shades of green. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter. Yeah, we're all equally worthless.
Yeah. Oh man.
Like, dude, that's what my mom used to tell me every single night before my siblings and I went to bed. You're all equally worthless.
There is a stale nuttiness on these Barton products. Because that same, what I'm contributing to a stale nutty flavor profile, it's on both. Show them the tramp stamps, LOL.
You should see the Constitution.
Yeah, these are close. These are really close. Like surprisingly close.
I like B.
Two?
The
Glass
two.
Yeah,
two,
I think
whatever
I'm
it is. I don't
leaning
know.
two. But again,
It's
really
the finish
freaking
on
close.
2. The up front is hard to really gather any variation really for me. But
No, what were you saying?
well, I was just. Oh, you guys know Inside Out 2 is coming out, so that's exciting.
Ooh.
I'll be watching that. So I was just saying that the second glass is better than the first, in my opinion, because of the finish. Up front, can't really tell much of a difference, just like real quick, but the finish is what differentiates the two for me. So
My same thoughts I had on the first go around, exactly this. Glass 1 is less, we'll call it full bodied, a little bit more kind of in the back seat, compared to glass 2 just seems a little bit more in your face. It's more bold, it's robust. The same flavors are there, but they're intensified, that are more present, if you will. It's more dense.
I feel like 2's sweeter. I just had another go around, and I think that's why I like it, because I like sweeter, like fruity, floral things. I'm getting like
Glass
it's like
1,
like mid finish, like or like early finish. It's like mid taste.
Mhm.
I'm getting very sweet vanilla type like notes. Like I really like it.
See, I'm getting that on glass 1.
Mm.
And I'm really not liking it. Where glass 2,
I don't like anything sweet. I want it to taste like dirt.
I mean, glass 2 is more of a caramel vanilla mid palate instead of this like funky, weird, creamy sweetness that I can't really put a term on it. And then it goes a little nutty. It was really nice cherry.
I'm 2 all day, man.
2, yeah, no,
All day. Like
this
is a big differentiator between me now. Now
These
that I've
are
had them
similar?
back to back. Yeah.
These are similar, not as similar as the first go round, but still very similar. But I'm definitely like, I'm all in on 2.
Okay. Well, I feel like I should change my answer because otherwise it's not going to be
No.
1792. Yeah.
B. 1792 full proof.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, dope, dude.
Is yours B?
Yeah, I chose
Okay.
1792 both
Oh, yeah.
times.
The Walcott, not as good.
I think it sounds like I know what I'm doing.
Hey man, this is so subjective. There's no right or wrong answers. That being said, we are doing the impromptu pick versus non-pick. This won't be blind because, well, there's no way of really making it blind. Dump your other one.
Dump what?
Not your foolproof, but dump your Walcott. Yeah, in your mouth hole or something. I don't really care where it goes.
It's big, it's deep, it can take it. It's fine. Don't worry.
Why do you think I've recently started to do the little dump bucket, and then at the end, when everyone's no longer watching us, that's when I'll drink that.
People, this is Steven's dump bucket.
Yeah.
I don't have one.
I'm going to drink it at the end. Maybe I should put a coin over it because
Are-
it's been
Are
sitting
you
here.
going to drink it at the end, or are
Yeah.
we going? There's a big difference there.
I don't
Because
know, man.
I like how nonchalant you are.
Where are my little...
I know. Ben. Also, I reached out to Ben. I haven't heard back. So, Ben, if you're watching,
He's not.
He's
so
not.
busy. I
He
can
should.
call him now.
well, he
Hey,
should.
I know how to get in contact with him.
Hey.
Yeah, I killed that the other day.
So you drank this?
No, I dumped it down the drain.
No.
Yeah.
Stop.
It was bad. I tried to drink it. I just could
Stop.
not drink it.
So leave it and I'll drink it. No. You dumped it?
Yeah. Will it pot still? That's
He-
trash. But I kept the little bottle.
Well, it's cute. I'll give it to you. But don't dump it. Save anything you don't want for me, because I mean I may prefer the correct bottles, but I'll drink just about anything. Oh. Okay, is this what you're talking about?
Well, about what?
Wrench earlier?
I mean, he's another YouTube channel, but I didn't bring him up today.
I thought you said I sent someone wrench something.
Oh, no. I mean,
Something else?
that's where his name stems from. Yeah, so Wrench is a moderator in YouTube land. So basically, if we go to YouTube here, this is going to be a little bit behind the scenes, so I hope it doesn't bore people or whatever. But where are we? That is StreamYard. Here we go. Man, we're coming in much better this week than we were last week.
Is it the haircut?
I don't know what it is. I definitely need to update my internet and my StreamYard settings so we can start doing 1080 because we can go all the way to 4K.
I have a gig at my house.
Yeah, but I don't want to move any of this to your house.
Why would you? I have a guest bed in the background. It's kind of awkward.
Yeah. It's like,
I mean,
but yeah,
it depends on what kind of filming you want to do.
You see how, well, around, dog. So you see how all these people are blue and they have like little wrenches? That means they can do things like post links. So, for example, Will T.
And how can they post links? Is it like their subscription level or something like that?
It's just their access level to.
Do you grant them this access?
Yeah. So look at this right here. So Will T doesn't have a wrench. I'm gonna add him as a standard mod, and then boom bang, booty something. I don't know. Now Will T can post links.
What about
and
that?
I think I have a few people like Peter. I'm pretty sure Peter is he's a mod of the mod, so he's like a god.
Ooh, that makes sense to me. I see Peter's name and I'm like, yeah, he's pretty important. So yeah, I'm definitely down.
I don't know.
That makes
We're
sense.
getting a little bit too in the pocket, but I'm pretty sure like Peter, Hangin, and I think Sugar Kitty are like mods of the mods, where it's like if a mod gets out of control, they can just like.
Well, I trust Sugar Kitty with my life, so
pretty
that makes
much.
sense. Yeah.
What is a super wrench? I mean, it's just a mod of mods. It's there's a normal wrench account and then like a elevated
admin.
Wrench. Yeah, admin wrench. I mean, a wrench is technically an admin of a human, but like, or of a, it's basically think of a wrench. I mean, this might be more our talk, but like a wrench is tier 1. A moderated wrench or whatever is tier 2.
So not to tell you too much about me because well, we're here for whiskey. Let's be real. I work in cybersecurity, data analytics, so I know lots of nerdy
things.
Nerdy things, yes. So, but I love research, which translates great to whiskey. So.
Yeah, I mean that's why we're starting to have pretty good information, especially in these live streams, because not gonna lie, these live streams used to be me firing from the hip, kind of like I do with my reviews, but like my reviews, like I just don't pay attention to the comments and I don't care when anyone says I got anything wrong or whatever. But like in the moment it's like, oh shit, I did get that wrong, my bad. Where it's like, now you doing the research, I really appreciate it.
Well, I love research.
So we get up here and we actually have accurate information about certain things.
Okay,
there we go.
What's
a mod that can time out another mod, basically. So they can moderate other mods.
You're a god.
Yeah, because I basically just give anyone a wrench, because if someone has something they want to post, or if they want to support another YouTube channel that does whiskey YouTube, I should add, because if they don't do whiskey stuff, I don't really.
I mean, it probably isn't the right audience.
Yeah, it's not the audience.
Right?
But I love supporting other channels. So you guys feel free to be like, pimp out some other channels. Be like, hey, have you checked out this channel? Within reason. Don't be annoying, but keep it up.
Everyone's doing the best they can, right? So, and I watch other channels and learn tons from them. You know, I think it's just an awesome community. So, also, I am the one on the left is the store pick.
Yeah,
store pick for me all the way. So I haven't thought about exactly what I love versus just the not just standard foolproof, but I just feel like it has that extra pizzazz. I'm gonna think about it now.
So much cinnamon on the store pick. Hanging AZ, we have been around on this channel since it used to get herbaceous in here. That used to be my favorite saying for ryes, because I used to review a lot of ryes.
Oh, really?
And I used to be like, this is very herbaceous. Like basically whenever I would use the term like tea, like a tea note would be herbaceous because it's like herbal. Yeah, maybe I need to bring that back. I don't know, hanging. I got away from doing 2023. I got away from doing so many reviews, but 2024, I really want to bring it back to the basics and do like a list video on Fridays, and then Mondays we do review, and then Thursdays we do live stream, and just kind of like keep that up. Maybe not a list video, but a special video. And like maybe not always doing reviews, and maybe doing like head to heads and things like that, because I do really like those. But like I just want to kind of focus on what we started the channel with, and then get better at doing that rather than trying to like come up with something new.
Yeah, if y'all have any suggestions,
that would be great.
Love to hear them. For me, so just a side note, I'm currently putting together a subscription box for, for myself and some of my closest friends. We're gonna do like 16 different bottles, 4 ounces like pours for every sample that we're doing, and we're just gonna do samples throughout the year.
Yeah.
It's significantly cheaper than doing like an actual subscription, which ranges $300 to $500. I think $300.
Yeah, those actual subscriptions, like
they're like $500.
If you're more than a typical like just like whiskey consumer,
mm-hmm. It's pretty.
It's so expensive for like not a lot of return.
Yeah. So especially when I think that they try to save money, so you'll go get a dud of a bottle, right? Occasionally, and I don't blame them. It's a business, right? And so for me though, like I'm putting together something for me and my friends, and so I'm trying to make it like solid. Every single bottle, I want it to be golden. Listen to the cat.
I actually no longer own any Glocks.
Really?
Downsize. Well, also, paying for a divorce.
Yeah.
You gotta, all those things. But yeah, I'm now no longer the proud proprietor of my original handgun.
Original? Your OG?
Yeah, I sold it to a friend though, so I can still use it whenever I want.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah. That's cool. That's the way it should be.
Yeah, I give him a pretty sweet deal on it. It was more like, I really need like $1,000. And he was like, well, it's a real nice piece. And I was like,
it's a nice pew pew.
I was like, I've probably spent $2,000 to $2,500 over the last like 7 years on it. But wait, statute of limitations. No, the last 5 years. Not 7. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. This is not on public record. Who can edit this video? Who has godlike powers? Pew pew. We are looking at Sugar Kitty.
That's about it. Oh man.
Help us out.
Listen to the cat. Invite other channels on for an hour and interview and taste. That would be a fun thing to do, like during like this. That's something we could totally do. And I haven't done that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Like a side by side.
Yeah, I used to do that a lot when I was kind of running solo originally. Just because I wouldn't like to talk just by myself, because it's kind of weird. Like imagine I wasn't here and you just had to like entertain people and you just stare at that camera.
Well, I have 5 guitars at home. I can talk about cyber. I can talk about data analytics. I can talk about just regular IT things. General control testing. I can talk.
What about a whiskey YouTube? You're talking about a lot of work things.
That's where I live, man. I live in the cyberspace. No, yeah, and I can talk about whiskey, but a lot of my whiskey, like, what? So maybe this is another video, but something that we were talking about. Yeah, I was just talking with Steven. I was just trying to go get a gauge on some things that I didn't necessarily know until I did the research, versus what he already knew without doing any research. And so I was like, what's the difference between barrel proof, cast strength, full proof? Like, what is the difference?
Also, I feel like I need to share this with you, but also the rest of the viewership. I don't have like some robust background of working in this, whatever this field, whatever you want to call this. Like, I don't have some unforgotten knowledge type thing. Like I wasn't super highly educated. Like I just figured stuff out. I'm gonna remember I'm in church.
It's been fun. Yeah, it's been fun. Yeah.
I'm my personality entirely. I mean, like I just recently started working on going back into school. Like I'm not an educated person. I don't really do super well in the education system. What I do well in is working hard and just figuring my way through problems. So like everything I've done from the moment I started making YouTube videos with my friend Alec in my apartment that I had with some friends before I, started moving into like my marriage and all of that stuff. That's where this whole thing started. And I knew freaking nothing. And now I know relatively a lot of things, but like, I'm only one person. I'm a human. I don't know everything. So sometimes I just wing things. I say things wrong. I mean, you saw my first tour at the distillery. Now I can give a confident tour. That being said, that tour was total freaking garbage because I was not competent at the distilling process. So I was way in over my skis. I had no business.
You said skis in Arizona too.
Yeah, I really had no business giving anybody a tour outside of the fact that I can confidently talk about whiskey and we're whiskey distillery. I didn't really understand how whiskey was made until I started freaking making it.
So, but A for effort, right? I was there at
figured it out.
I was there for his first tour, and I was like, "Well, that was fun."
Golly, dude, that was a mess.
No,
I was trying so hard to get somebody to buy a bottle or like the distillery, and I focused all of my attention on you because I wrote everybody off.
Thankfully, we're friends now. It was a good investment of your time. But if you think about it, like I haven't even done a second tour with you. So I'll come check it out.
I mean,
and then I'll report back to all of you. I'll let you know how it goes. I'll be like, guys, he's just nah. Or I'll be like, he's really hit the mark, and which I have a feeling he has. But it wasn't a bad tour. It was a fun tour. So
dang, William, you got 15 cats. I have one. Not gonna lie, that little shit is a lot.
William,
sometimes.
Is that code name for something else, or is that cats?
I guess that's fair.
I don't know.
Dude, that's a lot of cats if that's like actual cats. Like, I hope you clean out your litter box like every 15 minutes. Oh man.
I hope he has like 5 of those like auto cleaning ones that are just constantly cycling. Dude, gosh.
My cat wakes me up at like 3 a.m. every morning, and I feel bad. Yeah.
Cat.
Whiskey.
Okay.
Yeah, whiskey.
I'm sorry.
I feel like you would know if there were other kinds of cats.
I do. I just wanted to make the joke.
Welcome to Dad Jokes. No, but so I have a cat named Whiskey, and dude, he wakes me up at 3 a.m. every morning trying to just cuddle and purr and just be on top of me and needing me and stuff. And I'm like, dude, this is not the freaking time. I was like, I will deal with you later. Dude, I feel bad. I want to kick him out of the room, but then I feel guilty.
This is Whiskey's house. You live here. That's the way it works.
He doesn't pay the mortgage.
You pay the mortgage so you can be in Whiskey's company. That's what it is.
You see, this is why I'm more of a dog person.
You live to serve.
I know you're a cat person, but I'm still more of a dog person.
I see.
There are perks for both, though, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Because I can leave for 3 days and just leave Whiskey here with a full water container and a full food bowl. Because he feeds himself.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be good.
Yeah.
Where if I did that with Rio would not be alive if I got back in 3 days. She would have eaten herself to death or destroyed the house or something like that. Ability to store info for a standardized test made people think was yeah, that's I feel like 100% like that. I learned just enough to pass everything. That's the only time I've ever really been good with education. I put this loosely or hardcore in quotes because it's mostly just memorization, and it's drill sergeant school. Drill sergeant school, I was terrified of everything, so I put so much effort. Not terrified.
I believe you.
Yeah, I was terrified of failing out of the course. I was terrified of not being, we'll call it good enough or whatever for it. And a lot of it's like memorization. So like I went above and beyond. I think I was like third in my class or something out of like 150 people. Not that that's really a flex or anything, but like I put way too much freaking effort into that. And that's the only time I was ever good at like some sort of education thing. At this point, I've forgotten all of it.
I used to be an electrician, so I tried really hard so I didn't kill myself.
That's fair. Yeah, the one time you're at the one time you're at the distillery, you're like, bro, you're being unsafe, and I was like, what are you talking about, dude? I'm freaking great. I don't even. You're like, do you know how much power that's? I don't even freaking know. It's just it gives power to the still, and the still makes the whiskey. And I
ever seen someone lose a limb? Doesn't look fun to me.
Parents never had less than 2 cats.
Mm.
Usually 3. That seems like a lot. I mean, 2 cats.
I have 2 cats, and that's a lot.
Sometimes 2 cats is easier than 1, though. Because I'm not gonna lie, you know how I bought 2 cats originally? Now I only have like the 1. Like it's like, I feel like it was almost easier with 2 cats, but I had to change out the litter box way too often. I kind of hated that.
Dude, you know, like when someone says like, "Oh yeah, like my wife's father-in-law." Have you ever heard anyone say that?
It's
like
wife's father-in-law.
You mean,
so you mean your
dad?
Yeah, it's like let me reverse that.
Dude, I was sitting here reading this, and I was like, it was like the neighbor of a friend of mine, and I was like
the neighbor
I was
of a friend.
Schematics.
Okay, so
in my mind, I was like,
so your friend's neighbor.
So your friend's neighbor
had
got it.
It's like,
I was like,
what's the guy from? What is that? Always Sunny in Philadelphia, like that.
Charlie.
Yeah,
Charlie
Charlie with
like,
the nap and the strings. It's just like.
Yeah.
God.
How whiskey originated. That's my mind at night. The Irish, the Scottish.
If they're all colony of 100. What's this, Aristocats? During a cold night, burn the...
Dude, I want to live there. Just
Louise.
Pitch a tent. You know? 100 cats.
Man, yeah, cats are great. Dogs are great.
Yeah, another members of the family. You know what I mean? Little fur babies, right? Good time.
Yeah, YouTube's how I've done everything. Like every home improvement project I've done outside of with my old father-in-law, like I've just YouTubed. Like I fixed my dryer recently just based off of YouTube. Yeah, my dryer, as soon as Alexis and Macy moved in, my dryer started making like a thing. And I was like, that sounds like it's about to explode any moment now. So I ended up like tearing it apart, fixing it.
Oh,
It wasn't necessarily recently, but
well,
that
give me a FaceTime.
Well, yeah, I was like, I know you're a little bit more in that realm, but YouTube's been
It's dope.
doing pretty good for me.
My brother and I, we recently worked through a dishwasher fiasco, so that was fun.
I'm just hoping to God I can make it through 2024 without anything that's currently on my like to fix list.
Just building.
Like I don't need that list to get bigger. I need that list to just either stay the same or get smaller.
For sure.
Because like, yeah. Like,
no, I feel you.
That would be bitching.
Yeah.
When my dad got out of the Navy, he had 3 trades: electrician, plumber, and pipe fitter.
Nice.
You're a pipe fitter. He was
okay, but that's more of a hobby.
paid off with a kid. LOL. Jeez Louise. I feel like you can't pay people in kittens. It's not like 5 gum, dog. Because you pay people off with responsibilities. Be like, here's some responsibilities.
Dude, I like 2 kids. 2 kids.
Just wait till your kids start being like, hey, I want a hamster. I want a gerbil that I'm not going to take care of. Because they're getting towards that age.
You want to know what my parents did?
What?
Well, at least
I'm a little nervous to hear this.
I watched. So one of my friends, his family, they went on vacation. So I watched their gerbil or hamster, whatever the bigger one is. Hamster? No, gerbil. I don't.
I'll be honest.
If anyone knows, let's see. Let's see what you guys got.
Rodents, hard pass.
But anyway,
not my vibe.
I watched it and I was like, you know what? Not for me. After like 2 weeks, I was like, yeah, that was a good call. You should do a trial run before bringing a pet in long term because
100%.
Holy smokes. Was that a challenge coin that's like just like rocking
Yeah.
the. Yeah.
Oh, you're not aware of this whole like this whiskey thing or whatever. Yeah. So
Just giving him a tongue
what?
taste. Or...
No, it's like a little whiskey hat.
Stop. That's what it's meant for.
Yeah. Yeah. No, these are from the AWC. Just little whiskey hats.
Well, I got the one from Ben, which is awesome, by the way. I know you're not watching, Ben, but still.
The little those ones up there.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So these.
And in case you're wondering, they do stick in if you push them down, but it's like a tipsy whiskey shenanigans.
Yeah,
like
I really
topper.
need to add those to the.
Dude, I love this thing. I
need a website. Maybe that's what I need to do 2024. I actually need to like create merch, do the website, do everything. I need to rebuild.
I'd buy a hat and a t-shirt.
Yeah, I need to rebuild the I want to rebrand everything.
Cool.
But that's going to take a lot of time and energy, and I just don't have I definitely have the time. I just don't have the emotional capacity, if you will, to put forth the energy that is required. Like every time I have the free time, I want to like be like, I'm just gonna go watch Reacher in my living room and drink some whiskey because that sounds like fun.
Wait, is this my favorite emoji?
The poop ones or the prayer hands? What did you do? You just
I'm keeping it forever. Oh, pray hands. No, that is not what I thought it was. But yes.
Dear Sky Daddy, it has been 362 days since I last had confession.
362. Not quite a full year, but
it's on its way there. No, I mean, with the way 2023 went, that seems like God's punished me. Well, he joined the 1942 at 60. No, I don't care.
I just cried myself to sleep tonight holding my cat.
Oh, shit. Well, he joined in 1942 at 16, saw Murmansk at 17, Thorpe in the Bay of Biscay.
Oh, wow.
1969. Peter.
At 16, yeah.
That's your dad in the Navy. I'm trying to think of where those were. 1942. That's World War II.
Yeah.
I'm not aware of Bay of Biscay. That sounds like Italy. But yeah, that's a wild life.
Kudos.
Yeah, I was
Thank
like,
you.
We've both been to the Middle East. Yeah, thank your dad for his service. We've both been to the Middle East, but we were never. And we'll call it that kinetic of a lifestyle, if you will.
No.
Yeah,
no.
things never really got that. I don't want to say exciting per se, because
intense.
But like, yeah, intense.
Yeah.
You know, kind of wish they did, if we're being honest. But that's the effed up part of my brain. That's my insight.
No. I'm happy. I'm happy. No, I like chill vibes and oh yeah, so
I'm a little bit more of the chaos.
Nah. I'm
let things fall apart and explode around.
So I'd still have a mullet if I didn't have a meeting with my VP and director.
That's fair.
Yesterday. So, but I could tell my director really wanted a haircut, and I don't really care. Like, it's just hair.
See you later, Richie.
So
yeah. I mean,
oh yeah. Reacher's dope. So, oh dude,
I was gonna let it grow out because, like, if we're being honest, I only really don't grow hair right here. It's just kind of thinning really bad right here. But like, I grew it out to like a little bit, probably like a centimeter or centimeter and a half. I was like, I just don't like it. See, like, I'll just shave it at least once a week.
I look like a convict. Like, I am federally charged. Like, like I look.
You got that rap?
Yeah, I look like I got some stuff going on. And so yeah, I try to always keep hair on my head specifically for that reason. Okay.
Yeah. No, I also kind of like how, like, we'll call it aggressive it makes me look. Especially, I mean, from my role of being a drill sergeant, I kind of like being a little scary looking.
I was an electrician, generator operator, so
I like to be a little bit more like.
I didn't really care.
No, I
wanted to look nice. I wanted people to be like, you can come in
care.
here and hook up my electricity, and I was like, yay.
I mean, the right answer is to not care, but I do kind of care.
So I had a master sergeant, or no, he was a first sergeant. I had a first sergeant look at me, and he like picked me out of like 15 different Marines, and he was like, how much you weigh? Just randomly. Mm-hmm. He was like, you look like you hit the gym. How much do you weigh? So I told him, and he was like, wow. And like, I worked out like twice a day. Like, yeah, but I was like
deployed life.
I'm still a little dude, right? But I weighed like what, 165, but I was like lean, mean fighting machine, right? And he was like, 165 twisted steel sex appeal. That's what I'm talking about there, boy. He's like, all you Marines need to work on that. He's like, but you got it going on. You. And I was like, I'm uncomfortable. Okay. I was like, more power to you.
Lean, mean fight machine.
Lean, mean.
Hell yeah, brother.
With steel sex appeal. That's like my favorite line.
I shaved my head and she said she'd leave me. LOLs. I said, go ahead. LO, I didn't shave my head.
Showed her.
Yeah. Honestly, like, I committed to it and I kind of like it. Dude, I mean,
it's got to feel cold in the morning though.
When you work from home.
It's 70 degrees all year round here in Arizona. It doesn't matter if it's 130 outside. Doesn't matter if it's.
It don't matter none.
It don't matter none.
Ain't nothing but a thing. No, like literally, like my process of waking up in the morning. I wake up 30 minutes before I need to be logged into work on my computer. I go to the kitchen, make an egg.
One egg.
I heat up some water. I make some coffee in my Hario V60. For all of you coffee nerds out there, that's the only way to make coffee. Pour over. 1:16 ratio.
I buy mine at Dutch Brothers. I spend way too much. It's delicious.
You trash person. I really need to get you into better coffee, man.
I used to work as a barista. I just have zero standards.
Did you do pour overs or did you make like espresso?
Everything.
Because like
everything espresso. Yeah.
I'll be honest, I really like pour overs, but I hate espresso.
I do both.
Okay.
Well, I know how to do both.
Yeah, but like I do that. I feed my dog in the morning. I put her outside. And by that I open up the door. I let her run out, and then I close the door behind her. I wait 5 minutes, and I open up the door. And I'm like, "Hey, get in." And then I close the door again. So like that's my like going outside. I don't go outside at all. I open up the door from the inside of the house, and then I go to work.
Yeah, there's no exitness.
Espresso. Yeah, I know. That's my. I'm sure everybody loved hearing that.
I call that the Jackie
That
Chan.
mic is a sensitive mic. This is the one that I gotta like scream into to get it to do anything that I want it to do.
Sorry, people. Espresso.
So maybe it's an X. It's anything that does that.
You sound like Mike Tyson. Bro.
There was this funny meme that was like running around like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe 4 or 5, if we're being honest. I remember like either deployment or post-deployment. So like this, we're talking 2018 timeframe, 2019. Whereas like Mike Tyson, he's like, that bith quick. It's like this quick. Every time it had me dying. The bith quick. The bith quick.
Please don't.
I could talk with a list the entire. I could do an entire review with a list.
I gotta go to the hospital. Please don't just even don't.
Oh god, this channel's falling apart around us. Surprisingly, for acting like two idiots on the internet, 13 viewers, 13 people are actively watching us.
One's probably my mom. Let's be
the
real.
dumbest people in the world. I appreciate your mom.
Yeah, thanks.
Gotta keep the numbers up.
Okay.
Gotta keep the numbers up.
So, but
so it's no.
son of a trying to keep it clean. Trying to keep it clean.
A little bit of a nuttiness. No, but so it's the ES. So especially, I always say especially espresso. I know it's espresso, but like for some reason, like I don't know if it's a tick or whatever. Like, I'm dyslexic, so I went through a lot of like speech therapy as a kid, like a young kid, not like a.
You were in the army, so
yeah,
I get it.
I am in the army.
Oh yeah, you are.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing disability.
Recently promoted. Actually, Saturday is going to be the first time I ever wear the E6 rank, and I'm very nervous for some reason. Why? I have no idea. Well, I earned that.
Well, congrats, man.
Yeah,
I'm really proud of you. Yeah.
Way more entertaining than TV. Yeah, I mean, this is basically reality TV, but we're idiots.
My reality, your reality. I hope your reality is better than that.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, William, for your guys' like your family's service to this country and all.
Yeah.
Like, I respect the hell out of that.
Yep.
Whiskey Tube is more. Yeah. Well, I'll take that.
We do our best.
Yeah.
Oh, you're drinking the wait. I kept calling it. Yeah, I kept calling it the Gauntlet, but it's the what? Grog.
Yeah, grog is at the end of like, or at least so
like a ball celebration.
The only time I've ever done grog was at the end of drill sergeant school, because I come from the 25 series in the Army, at least so like historically, even though I don't really act like I'm 25 series. That's why like
I don't know what 25 series.
Oh, it's basically like the IT. It's a nerd. It's communications.
They're like a nerdy drill sergeant.
Technically, yeah. It's like my. Do you know?
Put down your laptop.
Do you know what my MOS is?
No, I don't.
Like my job is I'm technically a satellite communications operator and maintainer with an X identifier, and that is what makes me Drill Sergeant Kuna.
I don't know. By the way, we need to talk about this whole like Kuna thing. You know, you have like your own profile on my Discovery Channel like app, and you have access to like my whiskey.
Like, I had no idea.
Dude, you got some access to
stuff. Okay.
You just have your own like thing set up. And
I didn't know you set those up for me.
Yeah, I don't think that you're like accessing them.
I'm definitely not.
Yeah. I had a feeling. So I just wanted to like, I text you about it. I wanted to talk to you about this.
Yeah, text me when I'm sober.
Yeah.
So like tomorrow morning. I might not be sober tomorrow morning. No. I'm just kidding. I'm definitely going to be sober if any of my bosses are watching this, because my boss's boss knows I have a YouTube channel. So, Joe, I love you and I appreciate you.
I just told my team yesterday
on
about
reality that. TV. Yeah. Steven, have you gotten in touch with Trev the Bourbon Wrench yet? Recently or just like in general? I love Trev. I don't know if I'm a Patreon member of his, because I kind of had some sort of financial, we'll call it, limitations over the last like 6 months, we'll call it. So I dialed back a lot of my contributions to other patrons, but in the next like few months, I plan on supporting him again. He is my favorite whiskey YouTuber. As far as like all the whiskey tubers go, I absolutely love Trev. I love everything he does, man. Like as a consumer of this thing, I didn't know him when I got into Whiskey Tube. I learned about him through like watching other people to support other people in hopes that they would support me and all that jazz. His content, Bourbon Junkies, ADHD whiskey, and then
that's a good one. ADHD whiskey, I like that.
Yeah, so that's Bourbon Wrench, Bourbon Junkies, ADHD whiskey, and the guys over at Crowded Barrel. Those are the only channels I really watch.
You don't watch SLB?
No, not really. I mean,
I think it's fun.
I follow a ton, and I will like put other things on, and I'll like them. But like, those are the only real videos that I personally like really sit down and watch consistently.
Sure.
Not consistently. I mean, I can tell you the last time I've actually sat down and watched another whiskey YouTuber's anything, even the big guys. Like, I just don't watch other people's content.
I watch them all the time.
Yeah. I stopped doing that about a year and a half ago because I wanted to be more authentically myself.
Which makes sense. Yeah.
Because I didn't want other people to impact my stuff. But that being said, yeah, I do know Trev. I have Trev's number and all, and I feel like we should get him on. He's infantry, or well, used to be infantry. Yeah. So like we could definitely connect on some things. It'd be fun. I feel like it'd be a fun together. Yeah.
I like Richie.
Yeah, Richie's right. It would be fun now, especially now that you're here. Like I feel like it's way more. There's a lot more military themed stuff. He hates Scotch. I know that because I was well. Thank you for your service as well. Holy shit!
Hell yeah! So I used to be attached to a ESB Engineer Support Battalion. So I was on attrition, but yeah, I have a lot of respect for engineers all the way. Thank you. Yeah. My
ironically, do you know I'm reclassing to become a combat engineer in like 2 months?
Okay, all I gotta say is a bunch of my boys went out there with metal detectors, and I had to go get trained on it too. And then they wanted me to go get trained to drive, like just Vicks in general. And I told them to go F themselves because I knew about IEDs, and I was like, "There's no way."
Like those IED detecting vehicles, which basically it's like, hey, drive around until something blows up around you.
Yeah,
it's terrifying.
Yeah. So they were like, "Hey, we want you to go get like trained in this," and I was like, "You know how big my brain is?" I'm like, I supply power to all of this. I'm like, if you want power, if you want coffee in the morning, I suggest.
I really like hot water.
Yeah. If you like hot water, I suggest that you let me stay behind and you let everyone else go drive the trucks. And then they were like, "That's a good point. Actually, we're not going to make you. Yeah, you don't have to drive." And I was like, "Okay, cool." But my buddies went out there and and I also got trained. I know how to do it, but I don't want to do it. I did it for like a little while, and I was like, and we're done. This doesn't sound like a fun thing to do in country. I see why they're making me learn this, and I'm out. It was like Shark Tank. I'm out. I was like, I'm not sold on this whole aspect of it.
The reason I'm doing it is because my unit, the only reservation. So there's a whole, I don't want to say political thing, but basically in the reserves, because I'm a reserve drill sergeant, like each unit gets X amount of classes that they can send people to a year. Like they're like, hey, your unit is authorized 10 reservations for this type of class. My unit is authorized 2 reservations to reclass people to combat engineer because it's the closest reserve job title, because the only job title you can't have in the reserves is actual like infantry. Oh, really? So the closest thing to infantry is combat engineer, because it's basically like infantry light with, explosives. Yeah. So like that's the closest thing to like a reserve type thing that you can get. So my unit has 2 reservations. I'm one of those reservations in theory going for 2024 if our funding doesn't kick me out of it.
I don't know what it's called. A click. Maybe that's the wrong term.
Click like a kilometer?
No. But it's like their largest like type of explosion that they have. Like
no idea.
Like they put like all this like, explosive material together, and it's just like wham bam, thank you, ma'am. This thing. So I saw one in person. They actually put it together and they went to go light it. Nothing happened. And I was standing there and I was like, well, bros. Cool story. Thanks so much for building this up, but I'm disappointed. And then like
I'm gonna hit that with an AT4. Like I'm not walking into that. I'm not walking into that.
So I was sitting there and I was like, good, cool story. And then all of a sudden, like our CO walks by and he's like, all right, they're gonna take another stab at it. Everyone stand back. And so we all like kind of get back, and then it was like, boom! And I was like, holy smoke! Hey, good job, bud. Good job. You know, I was like, way to go. Jesus. You know, but it was like just this huge like explosion, and I was like, well, they were like, yeah, that's the best we got. And I was like, I'm proud of you. Yeah. I'm proud of you. If I saw you the best we got, you'd be making coffee or charging your cell phone in the morning. I was like, way to go. Hey, I also provided like AC, so you weren't baking. Yeah, you weren't baking out in the desert.
I've done my fair share of working off of generators. Yeah. I hate dealing with diesel generators.
Oh, I thought it was fun. Suck. I thought it was a good time.
I feel like we are.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
William. Like you're the bee's knees.
Awesome. So yeah,
really appreciate it.
I feel like there was another conversation that I left like in the back of my brain, and I've totally lost it at this point. Bad Axe Bourbon. Is Bad Axe in the house? Oh, cheers! Freaking Bad Axe. Nice to see you, man. It's been too freaking long. I haven't shown up on your YouTube channel in forever either. I'm sorry. I'll get better at it. I'll get better. Oh, that was it. Here's a comment. Here we go. This one. This is what I wanted to talk about. This is why I don't pay attention to anybody's like actually filmed content per se. Like I'll show up on people's live streams and I'll be like, hey, like, you know, I'll talk for however long I can. Usually it's like less than 5 minutes because I am very active as a human being, so I don't have to deal with my life. It's a trauma response, whatever you want to call it. But I'm usually really, really busy, and because of that, I can't stay on people's live streams for very, very long. But that being said, I don't watch a lot of like whiskey YouTuber stuff because I want things to be authentic. And that was like a few of the comments I got for like my top whiskeys of 2023. Everyone was like, I really appreciate that it wasn't like the same old stuff, because everyone seemed to be like the same stuff, and I go based off of what I get personally, which is very different than what other people can afford, because guess what? I don't make a lot of money. Like thanks to you being around, I was able to add a few more things onto the pyre. Although a lot of the ones you gave me originally were like single barrels, and I just ended up excluding those because I found out I had like 20 bottles outside of single barrels. When I added single barrels, it was like 30 bottles, and I was like, man, I just want a top 10.
Yeah.
And like, I was like, I don't need
this. Were dope.
Yeah, I was like, I think the top 10 was pretty. It definitely showcased where I was at with my drinking habits in 2023, which was a lot of MGP. I like MGP.
I mean, and you know, to that note, I think a lot of it is based off of, you know, what you enjoy, right? Whether your price point is,
I did relatively
way up here or way down here, like, you know, whatever you're drinking on, you know, on the reg, you know, or if you're treating yourself, right? I mean, like I've spent like significant amount of money on whiskey that's, you know, like way up here, but is it worth the 10 bottles that I could buy down here? Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's,
you know, and so that's something to like really
something
consider.
Like with a $60 bottle, which if you look around, like the mean of my collection is probably about $60 for a bottle of whiskey, because that's typically where I buy whiskeys at. Like even at that, it's like, dude, you could get 3 bottles of Wild Turkey 101.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, we're not alcoholics, so that's not what we're doing it here for.
Yep.
But like, it's hard to rationalize that sense, and as you just escalate from that position, it eventually gets where it's like, yeah, you have a few $100 bottles in your collection, but on average, you're only really drinking $30 to $40 bottles on the weekly.
Yep.
I drink a lot of Elijah Craig small batch.
It's delicious. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
It's my favorite, which is, I think, why you and I are linked up.
Yeah. Is over the last week?
Yeah.
Here, let's see. Yeah, there we go. Autofocus. Hell yeah. God, that autofocus looks good. Way overexposed because it's too dark in this room without the light coming in from that window. But Old Forester 100 proof. One of my favorite ryes. And I bought I had 3 bottles of that like a month ago, basically.
This one,
that's a Del Bock.
This one was in the top 20 whiskeys according to the Whiskey Advocate magazine.
I feel like you need to throw that list out,
bro. I want to try this before I leave.
Just drink it right now, right out the bottle.
Oof.
I don't care.
It's a big boy.
No, it's not. How about you take your menstrual cup out and so that is MGP rye whiskey, so that's 95.5 rye.
Del Bock? I thought they don't make it here.
That's 95.5 rye that's finished in Del Bock's mesquite barrels.
Dude.
Yeah, if you look on the back, it says it either only says produced by Del Bock, or it says distilled in Indiana, bottled. What does it say on the back?
It says words.
Words.
Word up.
Yeah, it says distilled and aged in Indiana, finished, blended, and bottled by Whiskey Del Bock in Tucson, Arizona. Which, as one of the competitors for the distillery I work for. I've been listening to too much country music. I'm starting to get a weird accent, and I'm not really loving it, but that's whatever. So I work for. No, you're not wrong. I work for a craft distillery called Adventurous Stills. You've probably seen some of my vlogs. I've stepped back from working full time, but I'm still a brand ambassador and all. But like, I don't want what I'm about to say come off as like shit talking another craft distillery that's our competitor, because that's so not it. I'm speaking from a position of like being the person who runs this YouTube channel and all. This is kind of a massive letdown because Del Bock makes an incredible single malt. They are fan-freaking-tastic. I mean, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bottles of their whiskey in my collection, and I absolutely love their single malts. Their single malts are incredible. Mesquite smoked, not mesquite smoked. They knock it out of the park. This year, they decided to do a rye because they expanded outside of Arizona, and this rye is lackluster as hell.
Yeah, that was not what I was expecting.
Given it's a $35 rye, so like it's also dumb cheap. Like I do put this on par with like Redwood Empire, Double Rye, like a lot of those like 30. Like
I haven't had much exposure to Redwood Empire, but I mean, you and I are both Elijah Craig fanboys. I would not pay no. Yeah. Small batch is where it's at comparatively.
Also, we're talking rye to bourbon, so very different flavor profiles.
Even EC's rye.
Mm-hmm. I've never had the rye.
Are you serious? I have like 4 bottles at my house.
I didn't hear good things, so I just never pulled the trigger on one. I know it's only like a $25 bottle, but I just never pulled the trigger because I never heard.
You remember the drink if it's free?
Yeah, 2.
Well, bro, it's free.
That's fair. But like, I think it's good for, or it's decent / good for like the price point it's at. But if I were Del Bock and I was putting my name on something else, I'd be very disappointed with that, because everything they've released outside of that bottle since I've been a whiskey nerd has been out of the world. Like, for the longest time, to me, their brand meant they touched things with a finger of gold. Like, they were Goldfinger, especially as a competitor for the distillery that I spent a lot of effort into. I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into the distillery that is not a direct competitor, because they definitely focus on different things. And from my perspective, I want everyone to succeed in this whole Arizona craft distillery. And if we're being honest, Del Bock might have cusp past craft, so they might not even necessarily be a competitor of Adventurous Stills anymore. But like, from that brand that I've looked up to for so long, I'm very disappointed in that rye. That being said, we tried the Frontera like 2 weeks ago. That was like, or no, it's the Normandy I have, right? Whatever bottle's up there. My mom got me one of their finished bottles.
Oh, it's delicious. I like that.
It was incredible. And that also came out from this year. So this is not me talking shit about them. This is me talking shit about their choices of what they did with 95.5 Rye MGP. It just wasn't where it should have been. Just a wee bit of a, shall we call it, como dice, disappointment?
Jordan.
Jesus Christ. Do you need to speak to a counselor or something?
No, they don't answer my calls anymore. All right. What?
Me and Jordan never?
No, I mean maybe tomorrow. I don't have any big plans.
We're working on it.
What I'll say is out of tonight, obviously I was a huge 1792 fan.
Early times.
You know, I do like early times. Yeah.
Honestly, the bottle, I don't know how much you spent on that. Going back into the magazine can suck my blink.
They're thinking about it. They're not quite sure what it is.
1792 bib. That bottled in bond you brought over. How much did that cost you?
38.
That's not necessarily daily drinker. Yeah, I think my daily drinker is still Elijah Craig small batch.
I don't really have a daily drinker anymore.
Well, I try not to drink daily. If I'm drinking daily, there's some red flags in my life.
That's not even like what I mean. I just mean like when I look around, I'm like, what looks exciting?
Yeah, that's fair.
You know,
like I've been drinking this recently, but as soon as I killed this bottle and I only have one bottle in my collection, that's gonna change. There's gonna be another bottle, and also like I'm surrounded by way too many options. There are days. So I've gotten drunk multiple days on just samples that Dave has sent. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate you. But there's been days like after we'll do like the live streams, like I'll just like clean house on the samples, and I'll be like, okay.
He's got his grog.
Yeah,
his grog.
I only have so much space.
But what I'll say is
50 milliliter samples grow.
Is like you know, I was talking to my wife the other day, and she showed me a picture. She was like, yeah, you know, I was talking to my friend, and they sent me a picture of like their wet bar. And I was like,
what's a wet bar?
Do you know like the recently renovated section of my house, like where it has like a sink?
Oh, is that called a wet bar?
Yeah.
To me, that's just called a bar.
No. It's called a wet bar because it has a sink. It has a water source to it. Otherwise, it'd be called a dry bar. Like this is like, I would call this a dry bar. Or a whiskey display, or a happy place. I mean, we all have different descriptions.
Here, before you continue on with your story, because I do want to hear it. Richie, email me. I'll send you some stuff.
Yes.
Okay, carry on with your story about your wet bars. You at bars just trying to get wet. I mean, we've all been there.
Splash some warm water on it, baby. Ew. So what I'll say is there's
something not appealing about that imagery.
Well, then apparently you're not imagining the right thing. So what I'll say is you know, they had like less than 5 liquors, and I was like, that's not a whole lot of spirits. And she was like, Jordan, that is what the average household has. Is less.
You want to see my non-whiskey section? Because my non-whiskey section is probably 15 bottles.
Is less than 5 bottles. And I was like, And I was like, ooh.
They don't have good taste.
Yeah. I was like, well, and she was like, Jordan, I know that you like to try things, and I know that you don't drink every day. But all I'm saying is the average household has this many bottles or less. And so all I'm saying is
Joe, cheers.
You keep it up and you enjoy your whiskey because that's what I do. I like, you know, like obviously like whatever you like to enjoy, however much you like to enjoy it, like, you know, like, you know, drink responsibly, have fun. But for me, like, I just love trying new things. And I'm very surprised even tonight when we had side by side comparisons.
If we're being honest,
I know you're talking so much stuff.
Talked so much shit.
Called you.
You do have a really good single barrel pick at home then, because that single barrel pick you had at home stamped the crap out of the Walcott. when I had it last, or I was really drunk and things didn't matter.
But I called you and I was like, hey, dude, they have this Rick House, like, like a high proof whiskey. Are you interested? And you were like, it's literally $17.92. Don't buy it.
It's good.
And I was like, bro, it's on sale. And you were like, do not buy it. And I was like, okay. And now, am I regretting it? Absolutely not. Why?
I can admit when I'm wrong.
Because I like 1792. I know, and that happened twice tonight. Steven, on the other hand,
when I'm wrong. I can admit when I am
clearly
wrong.
A fan of Walcott, and there's nothing wrong with that. So again, if you like it, you like it. And for the love of God, if it is cheaper, please, by all means, save your wallet a couple bucks and have a great night. And enjoy a nice glass with some friends, and just enjoy some great juice, if you will. So
juice. All right. Overall, I guess you shared your closing out statements right there. We've been going on for an hour 45 minutes. We got to wrap this up. Because
I'm done.
I'm done. Long. Yeah.
Real quick. When I say I'm done,
you just said you're done, and you're definitely not done.
Hey,
thank you.
Whoever said anything about their family and service, like lots of love. Thank you. Just really appreciate you. Really appreciate your family sacrifice. Means a lot. And as far as everyone else who's here on the call, or whether or not you're another whiskey channel personnel, or if you're just here to enjoy a good chat, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's great talking with you. As much as I love Steven, I love Sugar Kitty. So and Peter, y'all are some great company, and Dave, my boy, really appreciate you. So yeah, it's just great seeing everybody. I hope you all have a great night. Enjoy a dream or two. And Steven, I will be quiet now.
So what I'm gonna say,
and back to me. What? I'm just kidding.
No. So what I'm about to say, I want to say in front of everybody, so people keep me honest and push me. If for whatever reason I get too busy and I start losing sight of it, more so than trying to create a merch situation and all, I want to start doing monthly giveaways in the year of 2024 for veteran charities, monthly giveaways where all the proceeds go to veteran based charities through the YouTube channel. So we'll do it at cost for us, and the proceeds go to charity. So that's something I want to do. Just piggybacking off of what you said about the whole thank you for all the comments. God damn, I'm a little drunk right now, if we're being honest. This is a little bit too much right now, but all the comments you said about people and their service and everyone's sacrifices. So that's something I love and I appreciate, and I definitely want to use whatever power or whatever this position has brought us to do a minute amount of good, because we're definitely very small. We're not that big, but whatever we can do with what we have.
All right, Steven, let's not talk for all of us.
Fair enough. All right. That being said, overall, Total Wine, Walcott. Yeah, sorry to get off my soapbox there for a sec. Keep me honest though, Whiskey YouTube. Keep me honest. That's something if you guys don't see us doing that by February, start sending us shade, because I know that's something we both probably want to do. We haven't talked about this.
I know a couple of things.
We'll have some comments. But Walcott 1792.
It's worth it. It's worth a try.
Worth it for sure. Again, that being said, that is a wrap for today's video. Thank you guys so much for coming in, watching, checking us out. I'll be here no matter what next Thursday. Jordan might be gone, but maybe I'll pull in somebody like Sean from Whiskey Wars, because me and Sean really freaking need to catch up, because it's been 3 or 4 months. So that being said, we will see you later. Cheers, y'all. We'll see you later.